Hello, I'm Joe Michaels with Fish Point. Welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a quick update on fishing at Apache Lake here in November, December. Fishing is pretty good at Apache Lake right now, although the fish are tending to be smaller. You can go up there and catch them on a lot of different things. You can catch them on free rig, drop shot. You can catch them on jerkbaits and catch them on crankbaits. You can catch a lot of fish. I've caught 30 fish a day, 10 fish a day. In the last very trip, I caught at least 15 to 18 fish. I caught them, and I was working exclusively jerkbaits. I'm going to do a whole video on the jerkbait fishing at Apache Lake, but for now, I just want to get this out there and let you know that, besides this is the most beautiful lake in Arizona, probably the entire country, reason to go there all on its own, the fishing's not that bad. If you're going to fish drop shot, free rig, and things like that, you're going to have to move around a lot until you find a spot with some fish and then hang in there and fish them, because they're groups of small fish. They range from a pound, 3/4 of a pound to 1.5 pounds in size. There are lots of areas in the lake where there just aren't any fish. So you have to kind of move around and keep hunting. So don't be afraid to sit down on a point, a rock pile, 25 feet, 15 feet, fish, and if you don't get bit, move. The good thing is there's hardly anybody on the lake during the week anyway. One day I was out there by myself, and then one other boat showed up later in the day, and I was out there last week and there were like 4 boats on the lake. So that's just incredible. You have the whole lake to yourself, fish anywhere you want. It's fantastic. The other thing, if you're going to fish reaction like crankbaits or jerkbaits, also keep moving, but this time put the trolling motor down and run banks, move around with a big engine, but then sit down and run some areas, bluffs, points, things of that nature. One of the things you can do if you go to Apache, you don't have to be there early this time of year. As a matter of fact, it's just more pleasant even to be fishing, to wait until 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock even, but then stay later in the day. The fishing I had with the jerkbait just turned on at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. There's a couple key points about that. One, I was down by the dam and I was fishing bluffs, and the bluffs were in the shade. It was warm. I had just a long sleeve shirt on. It's all I needed. It was dead calm, which didn't make fishing necessarily that good for jerkbaits, but I still caught about 12 to 13 in the last hour. Most of them were pretty small, but I was catching them. So if you want to learn to fish a jerkbait, get it to Apache Lake now. Get out there and start working your jerkbaits. Like I said, I'm going to do a video on that, so it's awesome. One more thing to consider, by the way, is the road from Roosevelt Dam down to Burnt Corral, is where you go in at, is actually pretty good. It's not very rough. It's being graded every day because they're working on the road right there. So you can't get in until after 7 a.m. in the morning, but that's no big deal because the sun's not even up at this time of year yet, so don't worry about it. But do keep in mind that they will put water on the road. They'll keep the dust down, so there's really no dust to worry about. The problem is, if it's really muddy, and it can be muddy in certain spots, the mud will flick up onto your boat. So the last time I went, I didn't put a cover on because I didn't worry about the dust, except I was driving a little too fast and I was kicking up mud into my boat. Bad idea. Next time I go there, if I go there again soon, I'm going to be putting the cover on just for the 5 to 6 miles to get to Burnt Corral. So, keep that in mind when you go there. But man, having a whole lake to yourself is fantastic. And lastly, please subscribe and leave a comment. Appreciate it.